Alright, Brainiacs, buckle up because it's about to get funky. I'm Hugo, buzzed and ready, paws tapping, tail wagging. Let's pounce on today's mind blower. Here's a riddle for your noodle. What place is Spanish but sits in Africa where two seas high five, where birds swirl like a feathery tornado, and the old city walls even have a real moat you can sail through? Wild and crazy, right? Drum roll in your brain, please. The answer is Ceuta. Let's roar and explore. Ceuta is an autonomous Spanish city on the North African coast. It's perched right by the Strait of Gibraltar where the Mediterranean Sea meets the Atlantic Ocean. Talk about front row seats to a splashy show. No guts, no glory. Ceuta guards the doorway between two seas. Way back in the super old days, the Phoenicians picked this tiny spot because it had a narrow neck of land, easy to defend and easy to trade. They were like, hey, perfect parking for our boats. Over time, the Romans came by, then Muslim rulers, then the Portuguese, and finally the Spanish. This place was the VIP seat of sea traffic. Speaking of wow, in August 1415, Portugal surprised everyone and captured Ceuta. Reports say they brought a giant fleet and lost only about 8 soldiers. That lightning grab became Portugal's first permanent overseas stronghold. Whoa, that move changed history big time. And now, hold on to your fur. This next bit is bonkers. Ceuta's walls are like a stone superhero. The royal walls got fancy in the 1500s with big bastions, a drawbridge, and a moat you can actually sail through. It's like the city said, hey pirates, please swim the long way around. Up on Monte Hacho, the high hill watching the harbor, you get sky boss views. Some folks even say it might be the southern pillar of Hercules from ancient stories, while others point to nearby Jebel Musa. Either way, the strait looks like Hercules took a giant bite out of the land. Yum, geography sandwich. Okay, now here's where it gets extra spicy. There's a tug of ideas about who should rule Ceuta. Spain says it's an integral part of Spain and has been for centuries, while Morocco says, hey, it's on our side of Africa, so it should be Moroccan. Grown-ups keep talking, debating, and trying to work it out with meetings and, lots of serious faces. Meanwhile, everyday life in Ceuta is a cool mix. People speak Spanish and many families also speak Darija Arabic. The city celebrates Christian holidays and since 2010 also Eid al-Adha. For real, that's a calendar doing cartwheels. It's a small place with a big heart and many traditions sharing the same streets. Speaking of Portugal, here's a flag fact to flap your brain. Ceuta's flag looks a lot like Lisbon's with a Portuguese-style shield in the middle. Even though Ceuta is Spanish today, that design tiptoed across time from the 1415 conquest. Talk about a fashion statement that refuses to go out of style. Bird nerds, assemble. Ceuta sits under a giant bird highway in spring and fall. Storks and big raptors like eagles and kites cruise through the bottleneck between Africa and Europe. The cliffs and winds make perfect lift. Picture a sky traffic jam, but with feathers and no honking, just whoosh. Time for a daydream. I'm standing on Monte Hacho with my paws on my hips, pretending to be Hercules. I shout, open sesame seas! Then I remember, the seas are already open, so I just snack on honey and wave at the ships. Stay curious, little one. Get in the zone. It's honey badger time. Before we skedaddle, quick recap. Ceuta is tiny but mighty. A Spanish city in Africa perched on the Strait of Gibraltar with ancient roots from the Phoenicians, walls with a sailable moat, a flag with Portuguese flavor, a mix of Spanish and Arabic voices, and a sky full of migrating birds. Perfectly perplexing and totally awesome. Next up is a doozy. Okay, switching rivers. We're heading to another place with a rock so famous it's basically a superstar. Hint. This rock has watched ships for ages, and it really knows how to stand tall. Oh, that was a wild ride. Give yourself a tail wagging high five. Until next time, we'll keep on rocking. And I mean that literally. Let's race into the next adventure soon. Stay curious and keep those claws sharp for knowledge.